It's like we're Joe Rogan, but we're cooler.
Dude, there's our snippet right there.
Joe Rogan, but cooler.
Everyone's like, get that guy on every episode.
Well, that guy's clearly high. Right now.
We want that guy. That guy's clearly high.
Hey,
Who the fuck is that guy?
All week, bitches. Please proceed to the exit.
Is there no one else? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
We are not for the weak.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Not for the Week podcast. It's your boy James.
it is your boy Jay.
And we got a special guest in the studio today.
In the flesh.
The star boy himself.
Everyone's like, The Weeknd?
You got the weekend?
Is the weekend on the fucking podcast right now? No, it's the trendsetter that doesn't do trend. It's Wes.
Hey guys, it's Wes. I don't do trend, but I wear trend shirts.
I rock Jon Skywalker's trendsetter shirt,
Yeah.
even though I don't do trend.
I know. Is that like
Is that like poser status right there?
No, because I like the,
Shots fired.
No, like literally, I've thought about that before. I've actually, because I have the stringer and I have the shirt, and I'm like, do I look like a poser because I don't actually do trend, but I wear trendsetter? But like, I thought about all the other people that like wear it and also don't do trend, and I'm just like, I just like the idea of it, like a trend setter, but he just play on words.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sure that's the whole idea behind
I'm
it.
sure
yeah.
most of the people that wear that don't do trend.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, like a lot of the, like, I mean, when he throws like pictures up of the kids, I'm like, I mean, I hope that they don't look like that and they do trend. I mean, if they do, whatever. But I mean, a lot of the dudes, like, and there's some dudes that are pretty stacked that like follow him and will be up on his story, but a lot of them are pretty skinny.
John's funny because it's like John gets so much shit because like he's super open about doing all these steroids and all these cycles, and people always hate on him that he looks terrible for doing as much drugs as he does. But I don't think they realize that like the amount of training that he does is very little, and he parties a lot.
Yeah.
So
His best friend besides you is like Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, no, literally, like he does. He's about like, and that's kind of the thing I actually was going to touch on was like having that like balance of like, because there's some, I'm all about like training, fucking kicking ass in the gym, but like having that like balance of like, I mean, obviously he's on another level with it, but like of just like drinking, like people that like to drink and also like to train hard, and if they do gear too, like that's like, I don't know, that's just like he fucking lives that shit. Like, I mean, as far as like the gear and the partying.
well,
So-
like it just goes to show like genetics plays a huge thing. Like, yeah, he does a lot of gear, but he's got good genetics because he does like the amount of partying and the amount of training he does do is so like minimal.
Have you seen his like transformation video? Like his like original, like his like one like YouTube video that actually has like, I probably like got him like a lot of like recognition, but like his like, it's like his 3-year transformation video. Like, did you ever see like how like thin he used to be?
No.
It's pretty wild, dude. Like, honestly, like for what, I mean, the guy's waist, like, I don't know, people just hate to hate in anything. Like, people are going to hate on like whatever, you know what I mean? But like, he looks fucking like, I don't know, I mean, obviously like there's going to be people that are going to be like, he's small, or like he has like shit biceps, or like he blah, blah, blah. Like, he's a pussy because he wears skinny jeans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. But like, I think the he's super aesthetic and like symmetrical. And I think that's like one thing that I like. And that's why I like his physique. But I mean, like, I know I could never look like him. He's like he's like 6'4".
Yeah, he's like taller than me.
Yeah, he's really tall.
And he's a slender dude though. Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's always funny because like I'm from the category like I don't care if you're on gear, if you're not on gear. Like, and we were talking about this last night. Like when you were on the phone with me, and it's like the only issue I have is like if you're blatantly going out and like proclaiming that you're natural, but you're not.
Yeah, I think that's
like,
all.
But otherwise,
exactly.
Who cares? Like,
yeah,
I think that's most people's problem in the fitness industry is like, or with people who do, who hop on the sauce is just saying, "Hey, I'm natty," when it's very obvious that you're not.
Like,
right?
to people like us, especially, like, it's almost like, dude, you're being rude to me by
it's
telling, you know what I mean? It's
you're
like,
disrespecting
no,
the
it's
industry.
literally like, are you fucking kidding me
you
right
think
now?
I'm that stupid?
Like, hey, you're like 4 million fans. Like, I get it. But like, I understand. But like, exactly. Like, you are blatantly lying to me right now.
It's either be open about it if you're going to be open about it, or don't say anything about it. You know what I mean? And just keep to yourself. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't say, hey, don't. It's always the people who go out of their way to say that they're natural are always the people super not natural.
Or
Super
they don't look very impressive anyway. Like I'll see some people on Instagram and like I'm over the whole is he natural, is he not natural?
Yeah,
like
who
honestly gives a shit now? Like I know that like we know dudes on gear that look like trash. We know guys on gear that look fucking amazing. We know guys that are natural that look amazing. No guys that are natural and they look like trash. Like you can be all over the fucking spectrum whether you're on gear or not. Like at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Yeah. But like I cannot stand the dudes if you go to their page, it's like no lifetime natural. Like okay, bro.
You're like, nay.
Cool. Well, even if they are lifetime natural, who cares?
Nay. No, it's literally, that's the funniest thing ever. And that's why actually, did you get it? I don't know if you did last night, but because it was really late. Did you get a chance to watch that Kenny KO video? Like him, like confronting people at the Olympia?
Yeah.
So what is your guys' like touch on? Do you follow or do you watch Kenny KO's videos?
I don't really like him.
I personally don't like him.
Yeah.
I watched that. I saw the only video I've seen, obviously anytime there's an expo around like the LA Fit or the, any like bigger expo.
Yeah.
He's there trying to expose people. Castleberry always wants to fight him like every single video. And it's just like, what do you do? Like, who fucking gives a flying fuck?
I think
everyone knows Castleberry uses fake weights. Everyone knows that so-and-so's shoulders aren't natural because obviously that dude, like, who gives a fuck?
Nobody.
Like, your staple is trying to expose people.
Nobody's going on Brad Castleberry's page and seeing him do like the 10 plate bench press or whatever, like on each side and like, oh my God, if I train like Castleberry, I'll do that in like a couple years. Like nobody's like, oh my God, Brad Castleberry's deceiving me.
Yeah.
Like he's
it's a joke. Like people fucking are laughing.
The realistic, it's like realistically, he's not selling programs because he can bench 10 fake plates. Right. You know what I mean? I never really had a problem with Castleberry except for the fact that like
I have an issue with the fake plates.
Fucker is strong, and what frustrates me is like, you're actually a strong person. Why you're probably strong without the fake weights.
Oh,
like
he's definitely strong. And he looks good without them.
Yeah, you actually are a strong dude. You're fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Why be like unrealistically strong?
That's the whole.
And then claim world records. What are you talking about?
Well, I think honestly, when he was doing that, I think he was trolling at that point when he was doing all the world records. I low key think that he's a little smarter than we give him credit for. I think he was honestly
part of
trolling, and he was trying to get.
We should. You know what? We should get him on the podcast. I want to.
Do you think that's part of his whole thing?
I want to talk about it. We should.
Because when Kenny KO,
I don't think he would admit that.
I'm gonna reach out to him.
Dude, when Kenny KO goes up and talks to that dude like in person, like I don't know if it is an act or whatever, but he just seems like he is fucking like coked out of his mind. Like what? No, I'm serious.
Did you ever meet
bro.
Castleberry?
I've stood about this far away from him we got like really close to him.
I've met him a couple times.
I asked him to hit me with a peak check, and he just like spazzed out on
Remember when he asked we were at the San Jose Fit Expo, and we had a booth, and Castleberry had a booth there too, and we were next to some shaker company.
Yeah.
He went up and he was literally walking by all these booths,
can I have some free stuff?
Asking every single booth for free shit.
Brad Castleberry was.
Yeah.
It
was a perfect shaker.
Yeah, he's like, "Can I get a shaker?" And they're like, "No."
They're like,
that is so fucking funny.
And then he's like, come up to us. He's like, "Boom."
Yeah, and I was like, "You're not getting a free gun."
We're not giving you any free gun.
I'm like, you can hit a front double buy with me though.
Yeah, literally. I think I watched him. It was actually kind of cringy at the first Olympia that I went to. It was 2015. I watched him walk by these kids, and he actually asked them if they wanted to take a picture with him. It was the fucking cringiest thing. I was like, and I was kind of at that point, I was kind of like fanboy. Like I was like getting pictures with like Bradley Martin and like Simeon Panda and like all those dudes. I was like going, I still fucking, you know what I mean? I still did it at the last one that we went to last year.
It's always cool, yeah.
It's just cool to like see the dudes in person. Like, you know what I'm saying? But for him to do that, to ask the kid if they wanted to get a picture with him, I was
what
like,
did they say?
Like, who are you?
No, he said no. He's
the
like,
kid
yeah,
said
no. The kid was like, no, I'm good, dude. like straight up like that. And I was like, that was super fucking awkward.
You're like, maybe I should go ask for a picture with him just to like help him out a little bit. Like, I feel super bad for him right now.
Yeah. It's like in the Avengers when have you guys seen Endgame?
Yeah.
No.
Like when they don't want to get a picture with Ant-Man. You haven't seen it? No. You haven't? It's like a 3-hour movie, so you got to cut out some of your day to.
Well,
That's a commitment right there.
my old lady hates superhero movies.
No.
That's a commitment. 3 hours?
What is up with girls? Yeah, it's a 3-hour fucking movie, dude.
I know a lot of girls who don't hate superhero movies.
I know a lot of girls that do, and I don't get that because I don't know. Maybe that's the fucking fanboy in me.
I don't know why you don't like Chrissy's not into them.
Yeah.
But she's like she'll watch them
She'll
because
support
they're
you.
no, well, not even that. Like she'll watch them because they're entertaining. Like she's not like a fucking Spider-Man or Iron Man fan.
I tried to,
but she like sits down and watches it, and she's like, "This is an entertaining movie."
I tried to watch Thor Ragnarok because that's how far behind I am. I haven't seen Ragnarok. The last movie I saw was Civil War.
That one's actually dope.
Thor Ragnarok's
Thor Ragnarok's sick.
And we're watching it. Or I'm watching it, and then she sits down and watches part of it. And like the very beginning, she's like, "Oh, this is pretty funny." She's like, "This is entertaining." I'm like, "Yeah." And then instantly, as soon as it turns into like not that they're not saying jokes and there's like action, she's like, "This is stupid and pointless." I'm like,
why?
What?
Like, where did you?
I'm like, we watch a TV show about the devil, and he solves murders and has superpowers and angel wings,
which is also dope.
He's basically
I'm
a
like,
superhero.
so he's a superhero, villain, vigilante, detective, devil, and
super realistic.
and you don't like the God of Thunder.
Literally,
it's like, what the fuck? My hands
read
are
a fucking
this
book.
is how this is for if this I don't know if the camera can see me, but
You're on the camera.
what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I'm pissed hearing that, honestly.
No, but
Plus, you think she'd like it just for what's his face?
Chris,
Gotta-
yeah, I think she's more of a I don't know actually. I have no idea.
He's a good looking dude.
I feel like
He's a stud in the
have-
first Thor.
Have you ever heard somebody say, Chris Hemsworth is a bad looking guy? Or I don't like that guy is not good looking.
I don't think anyone's ever said that.
A guy or girl. I feel like
Seriously?
I've never heard. No, literally. Like
I
feel-
totally don't agree if someone said that. I would be like, you're wrong. I'll fight for his looks. Seriously. I'll fight you.
Don't
over
you
that
talk
opinion.
about him like that?
fucking talk about my guy like that. Oh, he's your guy.
Oh, he's your
Don't
guy
you
now.
disrespect him?
Fucking talk down to me. We were talking about Chris Hemsworth. We're not even talking about you. What the?
You're like, shh, nay.
Nay. Nay.
Do we need to get him on the podcast?
Casey Frey.
Okay.
You know,
That's a super realistic one right there. We'll definitely get him.
never know.
Let me call him on the phone real quick.
hit up Casey Frey real quick. We DM sometimes.
I'll ask TJ to hook it up.
One time he replied to my story and said tight. So
No way. Casey?
No, he didn't.
Oh, dude. I was so stoked.
I'm just saying,
for
like, you know
first.
how people will be like, dude, this dude's like a really good friend of mine, and then he shows you their DMs, and it's just like mention, one reply, cool, bro. You know what I mean?
Like I'll message.
You're just like, oh,
That's like me. That's like me saying, "Oh, I'm good friends with Brent." Like I message Brendan Schaub every now and then, and he'll respond every single time, but it's always just like a fist bump emoji or something. It's like,
like,
we're good friends, you
like,
know.
let's
Like, I
just
talk to him
say-
all the time.
Yeah, no, he takes a lot of time out of his day.
if you fist bump his fist bump, technically you guys totally knuckle bump.
We
dude.
knuckle bump.
Which means that you knuckle bump Brendan Schwab on the daily.
Which means like, oh, that sounds
Fisting.
weird. That sounds weird.
You fist
We
him.
fisted
You
him.
fist
You
Brendan
guys
Schwab.
fisted. Okay.
You guys are internet fisters.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yo, dude.
That's a cool thing. I would put that in my bio.
I'm definitely not
Fisted
I think
Brendan Schwab.
You'll
through
pop
the
up in the
internet.
wrong searches if you put that. in there.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Internet fisting.
Internet fisting. Yeah, every night I that pops up in my search bar. Internet
I
fisting.
don't even want to know what's in your search bar, bro.
Lots of things that'll haunt you for the rest of your life.
Have you ever thought about if you die and like somebody sees like if you died like at like a young age and like whoever goes through your phone like after you die, I would be like whoever goes through my phone, they're like that dude was into some shit.
It's just
That
all
dude.
weird searches and selfies.
Oh yeah. No, realistically, like okay, he has 7,000 pictures of himself on his phone and like a couple with some friends here and there.
6,000 of them are all of his dick.
Yeah, I got some.
It appears to be in the same bathroom every single time.
Every single time. Change it up here. So one dimensional.
Don't he?
Does
Doesn't
he
even-
only own one tank top? What the hell?
My God. He either owns one tank top or he has the same tank top
Or-
in literally 49 colors.
or he took 7,000 pictures in one sitting.
Which is also possible. Like every now and then,
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, oh, I need to take a juicy selfie for the gram.
Yeah.
And then you're like in there and you're like, dude, I look like trash. And you're like taking it again. Maybe I'll look better this time.
You're just changing poses.
And then before you know it, you got like 100 fucking photos and you're like, God damn it. Like,
Just who takes a picture like this with just the twit? Yeah.
That's the old lady figure pro right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's the old lady figure pro selfie right there.
Dude, I knew
People have no idea if they're listening to this what we're doing, but we're like twisting awkward.
Well, if they're watching us, yeah. There was a older gal who used to train a duo, who was an OG figure girl, and she would like
That's
do
actually
her
dope.
like, and she was like 70, and I'm like, you are so gangster.
No.
Like you are just awesome, and she just comes in and does all her barbell work and her all her stuff, and I'm like, fuck, and then she does her poses with this knife hands, and I'm like, yeah, super like. And I'm
she's
like,
hugging a beach ball.
I'm like, either you're hugging a beach ball or you're fucking RoboCop 2.0, but either way, you're sick as fuck.
She's about to pop and lock it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, you hit the robot? Like in between.
She's about to just break out into a dance. That's actually super sick though. That's
Well, if she did that, that'd be fucking legit.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. To just add to the level of you're already badass.
And she's like slightly jacked already. Or
yeah, she was in pretty good shape for being like 74 years old. I was like, she had like vascular biceps that were like obviously worked out and like pretty capped shoulders and nice tries and everything.
Would you do it? Would you do it?
I don't know.
Single if you're single.
Probably.
Single if you're single.
I probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
70.
I probably. Well,
I'd do it. I'd do it. I don't even know if anybody was going to ask me that, but I'd do it.
I don't think we even needed to ask you.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I have a buddy who I work with who is like he's like 26 or something, but he loves older ladies. Like
How old though?
Old,
Like cougars or like whatever
cougars
is above cougar?
the cougar's cougar.
Isn't there like a term for something above a cougar?
The gray cougar.
That sounds sick. That's like my fucking nickname. Dude.
That's a fucking like
That's
badass.
The gray.
Like this
Some
girl was
video game villain
this
right
girl was
there.
walking by at work and he's like, wouldn't you just love to tap that? And I'm like, no.
What do you see? Like, what's your perspective on life? Like, how do you see things?
I was like, she's 93. What are you what do you?
She's got a trick hip. And
He's like, I bet you she can just adjust her hips to place it. And I'm like,
Is that what does it for you?
I was like, huh. So like a hot younger gal, nothing.
Man.
Expired milk.
just melted cheese.
Melted
Jeez Louise.
titty cheese.
Dude's fucking wild.
Yeah, he totally is about it. Like he's dating this girl now.
So he's into like granny porn. Like his porn history is all like
he
grannies.
is granny porn.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's like, he has like
That's trippy.
He's
bro.
and I'm not even like
I've
I'm
never
not even,
met someone like
I'm
that.
legit not exaggerating. Like you talk to him and he talks about chicks just like we talk about chicks.
Except they're
But his
90.
chicks are
Like their
are
moms.
my great grandma.
They're like
So
the
Betty
girls
White.
that we talk about. They're their grandmas. That
Yeah.
we're talking about.
So we're like, dude, that girl's hella fun. And he's like, dude, yeah, her mom. And you're like,
Whoa.
Her grandma.
and I was like, no. I mean, I'm like, yeah, her mom's like, all right. He's like, oh wait, I didn't mean her. I'm like, she's way too young. I meant her grandma. Her mom's mom.
She's like, she's too young. She's your fucking age.
I'm like,
I wonder where that comes from.
I think maybe doing things with your grandma when you're younger, probably.
It's definitely something that originates from like, probably. It's probably like some weird. It honestly could, like at a young age, like some weird shit happened. Like I don't know, or seeing even just what they saw when they were younger. Maybe something didn't even happen.
Some shit.
Yeah, I saw something.
maybe they looked up porn for the first time and it that was like today's top hits and just clicked on it and that was the first time he ever busted a nut, you know?
Like when the like weird shit pops up in your like suggested videos.
I'm always like, I don't watch anything like this. Why
Like,
are you
where the-
suggesting this?
It's really
How
weird.
dare
that
you
this-
assume that I'm into that?
I don't know why this tranny porn's on here, guys. Sorry, I don't know. I didn't search that. It was just suggested.
I'm just like,
So weird.
and they're like, why do you just leave porn up on your thing? And I'm like, quick reference. just quick tab. I just click on it, look at it. You know, people are like, okay. I mean, yeah, sure. That seems like a thing, maybe.
God, that's legit. Yeah, no, I believe you.
Do you think anybody?
Too legit to quit.
Do you think anybody you work with looks at porn while they're at work?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure, dude.
Probably.
Do you know where I
Rub
work?
one out in the fucking bathroom.
Do you know?
Don't knife hand me, bro.
Do you know where I work.
Rubbing one out in the bathroom on break.
I'm sure. Not even on break, dude.
Just while they're loading cabinets.
There's some people, dude. Just
a little pocket pool.
Fucking just.
That's like what is it? Wolf on Wall Street when there's like talking about. He's like, dude, I fucking. It's Matthew McConaughey in the beginning of it, right? He's like, you need to jack off. He's like, you got to let loose. He's like, you're gonna be tight up here. He's like, you got to stay clear and fucking.
You know what's weird? Is that's actually not the first time that Leonardo DiCaprio had done a scene where they talk about how many times you jack off.
What was the other?
He does. It's like some basketball movie, I think, where he like becomes addicted to like heroin or something like that.
I thought you were gonna say addicted to
when he's like
off.
young.
Yeah, younger. Right? And they talk about it. He's like, how many times you jack off a day?
Yeah,
and he's like, I don't know, like 9. He's like, that's amateur numbers. He's like 14 times today.
Oh my god!
I'm like, so
what movie is that?
It's a basketball movie.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's like one of his like first. He got like a.
But
he didn't get any.
It makes
I don't
me
think he got an
wonder.
award for it.
It makes me wonder: is Leo a chronic masturbator?
Well,
fuck no, he's not. Have you seen him? He's like the most famous person on earth.
He might.
Therefore, his right hand must be more famous.
No,
I mean, do you guys think like
the amount of supermodels that guy bangs on a regular basis, despite having the ultimate dad bod?
True.
He's fucking Leo, dude.
I mean,
not only does he have the sickest name.
Yeah.
Leo is pretty.
Leonardo
DiCaprio.
Da Vinci.
Leonardo and Michelangelo and Raphael and
Michael and
what's the other one?
Donatello.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Bro, guess what his middle name is?
Da Vinci.
No. Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio.
Oh,
yo,
shit.
Bro.
That's just sex appeal in 3 words.
That's a really like strong name. Like I
Leonardo Wilhelm.
Call me Wilhelm.
DiCaprio.
You can call me Leo.
You call me Leo Wilhelm.
Nardo.
He's been in a lot of fucking movies.
DiCaprio.
You can call me DiCap.
You can call me Beta Thigh Kappa.
You can call me fucking.
He's been in too many movies, man.
He's been in so many.
It's gonna be
movies.
ridiculously
Dude, Gilbert
hard.
Grape.
Oh yeah. That's the one where he's
handicapped.
He's handicapped, and who is in it with him? It's
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is his like older brother, right?
That's also a cool name.
He's just. I mean, those guys they're strong.
So this was like old DiCaprio, right?
Yeah, this is old DiCaprio. It was like basketball. It was like Orion or O.
Dude, I think those two and Brad Pitt, like, fucking are just killing it still. You know?
Dude, Brad Pitt. Yeah, Brad Pitt. I'm just glad that Brad Pitt does not have the goat beard anymore.
Yeah,
and he decided to kind of regain some of that youthfulness that he had.
Right.
I'm like, we'll never see Troy Brad Pitt again. We'll never see Fight Club Brad Pitt again.
Dude, I don't know.
But that doesn't mean we can't see Inglourious Bastards Brad Pitt or Fury Brad Pitt.
Did you see Once Upon a
I
Time in
haven't seen
Hollywood?
Fury yet, but I heard it's fucking dope.
I know. That movie came out in like 2016. Still haven't seen it. No, is it good?
Dude, it's really good. It's like, so, I mean, honestly, a lot of people are going to, if you don't like Quentin Tarantino, you're probably not going to like that movie, or you just don't understand his movies because they're all so, it's like there's no plot really per se. And then they just get super fucking crazy all of a sudden, usually at the end, like they get like really gory and like a bunch of shit happens. But dude, no, anyways, sidetracked. He like takes his shirt off in that movie and he still looks fucking really good. Brad Pitt, like he looks like, if I wish we could pull it up on like, I don't know if there's a clip.
I know we need an intern. Still hiring for free.
For free.
Still hiring. No benefits.
What's that? Is that like the dude on like Joe Rogan that just like searches the shit for him?
Yeah, searches stuff.
We need a Jamie. And we need a TV screen so that could actually be pulled up. But
I have
Basketball Diaries, by the way. Figured it out.
Yeah, Basketball Diaries. Yep.
Basketball Diaries. That's what that's called. That's
it's
a crazy movie.
It's actually a really good movie, yeah.
It is really good.
Him going through withdrawals is crazy.
Yeah, heroin, that's just fucking gnar. Yeah, I don't even know.
Nar, black tar.
Nar, black tar. Yeah, that's kind of not a good angle.
It's not a good angle, but...
No, but I swear, dude.
Man's got a six-pack.
He's not Troy. That's not a Troy Brad Pitt.
It's not Troy Brad Pitt, for sure.
Yeah, that's not
I can't see.
Yeah, whatever you guys
You're
are
on the
looking at
wrong
over
side
there.
of the table, bro.
I'm just like...
Jay, if you could see, he looks pretty good.
Imagine in your head right now.
I'm like, dude, if you could have seen me bench 4 or 5 for reps, it was pretty sick.
Honestly,
you're like, do you have a video? I'm like,
no.
I can see it. So,
Dude, what is it, 2019? Do we even record our workouts anymore?
Dude,
Like,
it'll be interesting to see now that just going off a little tangent there. But you know how we always run into the old dudes that are like, oh, back in my day, I used to bench that. But now, now we're gonna be those dudes in the future.
But we have,
we actually have video. Like, we can actually be like, back in my day, and some young kid's gonna be like, nah, man, you don't look like that. And I'll be like, check my Instagram. You just gotta scroll way to the fucking bottom.
Yeah,
I'm like, if you scroll 6 years to the past, you'll see a video of me benching 405 with a spot.
With a spot.
And a light spot. And a slingshot.
They're just like their bicep rips. I'm like, and then I rack it. They're like, that was all you, dude. Like, dude
was it though?
Is your arm okay, dude?
That was all you did. Didn't help. Didn't help at all. Don't touch the bar.
I hate people who touch the bar when they're spotting.
Even when they don't it's like they need to be so involved in the lift. It's like, hey, I got it. I'm gonna get this.
Give me the weight and then step the fuck back. Don't touch the bar. Don't even fucking breathe.
Yeah.
The people that keep their hands over it, like they don't touch the bar, but their hands are like right in your fucking face.
Dude, it's all mental, dude. I'm just trying to help you. I'm like, I'm just here in case. If you fucking leave.
I'm like, yeah, it is mental, and your fucking hands being in my way actually made me kind of not get as many reps as I was getting.
You're freaking me out with your hands, bro.
And then they're like, oh, dude, if my hands weren't there, fuck, you would have gotten that. And I'm like, no, I didn't get it because your hands were there. You're like, that doesn't make sense. And you're like, oh, no, yes, it does. Nay.
It's usually always the people that suck at giving you a lift off, too. Like,
yeah.
You'll be like, hey, can I get a lift off? And it's like you're doing the whole thing. Their hands are just there. Yeah. And then they're the quickest people to grab the fucking bar. It's like, where were you grabbing the bar when I asked for the lift off?
Thank God this is the one guy in the gym right now that I asked to fucking spot me.
That's why I hate training alone at 8 o'clock at night, because there's never now there are some people there who like actually know how to train that can help me, but usually it's just me, and I'm like looking around and I'm like, oh, hey dude over there doing squats on the Smith, can you give me a spot? And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, I'm going light today. Never mind.
No, you know what? It's a volume day.
Not really in the mood. I don't even know what I said. I gotta go.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna. It's gonna. You know what? I'm not going for a max rep today. It's just gonna be a set to 10.
You know what the worst is when you ask somebody for a spot and they're like, "Dude, I don't know if I could spot you for that. Like, it's too much weight."
I hate that.
I'm not asking you to lift it for me. Yeah. I'm asking you to help a little bit.
Yeah,
if I struggle. You're not going to be deadlifting 405 off my chest.
And then when they say that, it scares me. I'm like, I don't know if I want you to spot me. Yeah. You think that spotting somebody is me letting go of the weight and you
catch, bro,
upright rowing 405.
Yeah. They lifted off the thing. All right, here he goes. Yeah, thanks for fucking mentally psyching me out for that lift, bro. Like, dope. I'm definitely going to get this now. Yeah, I feel great.
I'm like, now I hope I get this, because now if I don't.
Here you go.
Like I've had Chrissy spot me. Chrissy can't deadlift 400. Like
she's listening to this. She's like, excuse me, bench.
Yeah, but like I've had her spot me when I'm doing like four something on bench, and like she doesn't need to be like incredibly strong. She just needs to be able to lift a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not like I'm throwing like 700 pounds on there and I can only bench 400. I'm like, you know what? That extra 300, you got that.
Well, it's like the amount of weight that they take off of it just by being there just a little bit.
It's so
makes
much.
Such a difference, and people
you
don't
could take off. You could take off like 200 pounds off a bench. So if you're maxing at 405, you can bench 200 pounds still.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So people don't get like the.
They think
spot
that they're
to weight,
lift the whole thing.
Yeah.
Weight reduced ratio.
I can't upright row 405 pounds. Yeah, well, I'm not fucking asking you to. You can just help me a little bit if I can't get it.
I'm like, now if I was maxing out on 600 pounds, then maybe you should probably think about being able to upright row 405. Because
that's like, what's that video with Hayden?
Hayden.
Where
Katie Hearn?
Yeah.
Katie Hearn's
and
dude.
he drops like 4 something on his chest.
Dude, it was like 5 plates, wasn't it?
It might have been 495. And everyone in the comments is like, your spotter's terrible. It's like, no.
That's why I hate spotting people who suicide grip when they bench. Because I'm like, please put your fucking thumb around the bar, because guess what happens? It doesn't matter if I'm spotting you or not. If that bar rolls out of your hands, I cannot take 400 pounds and just dead stop it.
You're not going to catch it.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to catch it.
It's going to kill you.
That's like when I was in college, my junior year, we were doing like a 225 bench test. And all the poly guys on my team all bench suicide grip for
Yeah.
some reason. Like that was like the thing.
Yeah.
And he was doing 225 suicide grip. This guy, Few, shout out to Few. Doubt he's listening, but he was benching suicide grip, and like he was just going fast, and it slipped out his fucking hand, landed right on his fucking neck.
Oh,
Like half the bar landed on his neck, but luckily he's a big poly dude. His neck was honestly the size of most people's arms.
Well, that's
And
like
so like all he had was like a bruise. Like he was good. He like they picked it up and he was fine. But like it doesn't matter how good of a spot you have.
Yeah.
Like
You can't just stop that mid descent.
yeah.
That's what's called suicide grip, bro.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
fucking.
crazy.
You're living on the edge, bro.
Maybe I should switch to that. Actually,
Dude, I honestly like to live fucking dangerously. So
I'm just trying to do one-handed suicide grip skull crushers. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no doubt. No
Fully
doubt.
lock out.
Yeah, that's the move.
It's funny because Big Boy benches suicide grip, and I was watching a video he was trying to get some tips from Scott Mendelson, and the first thing that Mendelson did was like tell him not suicide grip, and you could tell it was like so awkward for him to actually grip the bar.
He's just like,
He's like, wow,
Now he just doesn't know.
what do I do with my thumb?
he just goes like this. He just doesn't even.
He like tries to like a Ninja Turtle. What the fuck are you doing?
He's like,
What do I do with my hands?
Oh, okay. This guy.
you're like, I just said wrap your thumb around.
Just you bench
like
like
four.
7 plates, big boy. What does he actually throw up? Did he throw like 700 up?
I don't know if he's.
I think
gotten
I think he benches a little over like low sixes.
Yeah. I like him. I like to watch their stuff. He
I like
actually,
check ourselves. The shoe.
yeah.
the shoe.
I want to go there.
Yeah, we should go there.
I just need to be strong.
When
Are
we
they
go
in
to
LA?
When we go to LA Fit this year, we should go.
We'll be at LA Fit this year, you guys.
Yeah, squad.
I'm gonna try to go too.
Wes is coming with us.
I looked over at the camera. If you guys can't, it's for anybody who can't see it.
Nobody asked, but Wes is gonna try going too.
Yeah.
Did you go last year? You didn't go last year.
I have not been to the
Yeah.
LA Fit.
Oh, fun.
You got to go this year.
LA Fit seems like the one to go to.
was a
LA
lot
Fit
of-
is 1,000 times better than the Olympia.
Yeah. Why is the Olympia just?
1,000 times better.
It's like just not. Apparently, the Olympia is just. People were even saying that in 2015. That it just kind of lost its. I don't know. It's like sparkle. I don't know what to call it.
Lost
Just-
its floss.
It's
So I've
lost.
gone-
It's lost.
I've gone every year since 2015.
Yeah.
5 years.
No, I've gone like
'Cause I
since 2014. Because this would have been my
5 years.
5th one in a row,
No.
and I didn't go this year. But the first time I went, 2015, I think I actually saw you.
I saw you there, and I wanted to actually wait. I actually wanted to wait in the 5%er line just to come see you. Actually,
Hey.
I actually no. I literally
the
I was-
only person that's ever waited in line to try to meet me.
No, I was gonna come say what's up, but I was with my dipshit roommates at the time, and they didn't want to wait in line, and I was like,
we
well,
won't talk about that.
It's like, who the flaws?
But
who are
and
these people?
that was actually
Lame.
super fun. Like it was a pop-in expo. It took up the actual entire convention center, and like there were a shitload of people there. And then every year since then, it's gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And the year we went last year
yeah,
was like terrible.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't know. And then I didn't go this year, and none of us went this year. But
Yeah.
some people that I know that did go all messaged me and were like, "Yeah, this place sucks. Like
Damn.
you're lucky you didn't go because it's not fun." Like I guess the expo is getting smaller and smaller. Like the show itself, like the Mr. Olympia, is cool, but like the expo itself apparently is like is like shrinking.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's obviously like it's the best of the best, like the people competing. But that's what I keep hearing is the expo itself is like getting shittier.
And I think it has to do with like greed, dude. Honestly, because I don't think people realize how expensive it is to go and set up at like some of those events, and it's super fucking expensive to set up at the Olympia.
Yeah.
Like a booth is like I want to say like one of the small booths is like 3,000 or something
Damn.
just for the booth. Like we're not counting like electricity, we're not counting the price of like shipping your stuff there, the cost of like having them unload it because obviously it's all union. Like you can't unload your own shit for some reason. So easily it'll cost, and then lodging, it's going to cost you about $5,000.
Is that daily? That $3,000?
No,
fee?
it's for the weekend, but
Okay.
but if you factor it out, like travel costs, shipping all your stuff there, product there that you're going to have to give away, like some of it, it's expensive. You're going to spend about $4,000 or $5,000 at least to do that.
Yeah, so it almost comes out to $3,000 a day.
Yeah, so it's
crazy.
2,000.
And then you got to think of what. So like a small company, like let's say Gunsmith, there's no way we're spending $5,000 because even if we sold $25 shirts, which obviously you're not because it's Expo, people don't want to pay $25. They want Expo prices.
Or they want it free.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And I think that has a big thing to do with it. Is for some reason the Vegas crowd is all like, I don't know if you noticed this like walking around it, but like you don't see a lot of people with like big bags full of stuff. It's all big bags full of free shit that they got. Mm-hmm. Like people aren't going there to buy a bunch of shit.
Right.
Like the crowd in Vegas wants like free shit.
That's exactly, and that was the biggest thing why people were saying, that was what I heard, like people were saying like why the expos appeared to be shittier were like, well, you don't get as much free stuff anymore. And it's kind of like, well, you kind of got to think of it from like the other like standpoint, like from the other side of the spectrum. Like it's a business, like at the end of the day, like people obviously don't want to just go and just give away a bunch of free shit. Like that's cool. But at the end of the day, like they're spending a lot of money to be here. Like, I don't know. They're obviously going to sell.
Well, it's like Mooney says, like, you're paying all this money, right? Like you pay $4,000 or $5,000, right, to go to Olympia, and then what? You don't sell anything, or you give a bunch of shit away. So
you give away another $1,000 worth of stuff, maybe.
So you're realistically giving away $6,000.
Right.
For what?
For
like,
what?
what are you getting out of it?
I mean, I guess
10
essentially
followers?
it'd be like, exposure, I guess.
but it's not even really like some of those. Like
You're not on the stage. No one cares.
some of those booths are in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and like nobody was walking by them.
Totally.
So those people are spending $5,000 to just chill in a corner with themselves.
Right.
Well, that's like how
And take a few photos like, hey, we're at the Olympia, come through.
that's like how it fucking was when we went to the Kern.
Oh yeah, but that was yeah. That's
That
actually
was,
exactly what it is.
bullshit,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times like people have been like, "Oh, did you know that this booth was there?" Or like they were there. I know I'm kind of fucking sweating, hot, fucking
Getting heated conversation.
fucking trend
But-
sweats.
Like if you think about it, like the fact that they're charging that much to set up a booth at the Olympia,
Yeah.
they're pricing out all the small companies. So like obviously you're going to get the big companies, right? Like Bang and bodybuilding.com and Optimum and like all those major companies like I don't know, like all the big time players, right? But that's like 10, 15 companies maybe, right?
Yeah.
That's 15 booths. So what are you going to fill up the rest of like the 100 or 200 booths? Like you got to get the smaller companies, the people that need that exposure. But you're not like giving them discounts or anything, or you're not lowering the price to an acceptable amount. Like there's no reason that booth should cost $3,000.
Yeah, why does a small company who's only been around for a year have to pay the same price as a big company like Bang?
Well, not even just that, but like everyone, nobody should be paying that much, right? Because you should want those big companies to go. Because this past year, apparently Bang didn't have a booth there. Bodybuilding.com wasn't there.
Which is so weird
Optimum wasn't there. Like 4 or 5
Those are huge.
4 or 5 major companies didn't have booths there.
Bang was the biggest booth there last year.
Bang usually has like probably 7 or 8 booths.
Bang's like
It takes up a
the whole
giant
center,
it takes up a giant portion of it, and then bodybuilding.com takes up at least 4. Like they take up major real estate, and they give away a lot of stuff, and they're an attraction, right? And they usually have good athletes that are there. Well, I don't know about Bang, but
Yeah, that's
Bang has
Bang has the girls,
Yeah,
which
the chicks.
brings people in, but like bodybuilding.com usually has like cool athletes that like draw people in. But I don't know, it's poor marketing, and they need to do something because I feel like that expo is getting smaller and smaller, and the value, like I usually am like I'm like, oh, I need to be at the Olympia, and now I'm like, dude, nobody's at the Olympia this year, and so I wasn't even mad that I missed it this year.
You didn't even go.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
I didn't make an extra effort because in the back of my head, I was like, A, I got something else going on, but B, like, it's going to be, like, I didn't have fun last year. Like, if I wasn't with you guys last year, and I wasn't going to enjoy it.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Why I just wanted us to go again, just to have fun. And the biggest reason why I wanted to go is because I thought this was just going to be a juicy one for, like, all just the fucking drama that was going on.
Oh, dude.
This has been the craziest, like, just as far as just shit going on, not even
just
competing
outside, just like there's so much drama in the fitness industry. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy.
What do you guys think about, before we get into any drama, like, what do you guys think about the results of the Olympia this year, though? Like, what do you guys think about Brandon taking the Open?
So Open I actually thought was really interesting. So that was one that I actually did catch. I caught the finals. I think a little bit of prejudging. The thing that I thought was really interesting about that was I wasn't finding anybody that had it all, I guess.
It was a fairly weak year overall, I think.
It kind of was, man. Like, honestly, even when William went up there, like, I actually I like William's body. Like, I think for how tall he is and his stature, like, he actually has packed on a lot, like, probably about as much muscle as he can on that frame, for the most part. Like, he's kind of somebody who, if somebody slips up, he'll probably be there to kind of, if he comes in dialed.
Yeah.
But if somebody comes in, I mean, somebody like Brandon, I guess, for example, like somebody comes in that's bigger than him, like probably blow him out of the water. Like, because what place did he get? Like second, third?
William, I think, got fourth.
Oh shit! Okay,
maybe third.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I thought Brandon was what I was predicting. I thought he was going to win.
Oh wait, did William get second? Maybe.
I think Rolly got fourth, right?
Yeah, Rolly.
We have to check. Yeah, I think Rolly got fourth.
I'll tell you what though, I don't really like. I don't like Williams' physique, really.
Did you see him get into the shit with fucking Louis Marco? Did you guys see that? Did you guys follow Louis Marco?
I don't.
He's like the guy on YouTube who does all the bodybuilding reporting and stuff like that. And apparently they got into a little. We'll talk about the drama stuff in a bit. But they got into a little tiff. But
no. So I don't really like. I thought Brandon obviously deserved to win. Like, he had the best physique.
Yeah, I would
personally,
say so.
To me, like the most aesthetically pleasing. Oh, William got second.
Okay, so William did take.
And then
second.
Hottie, Dexter, and then Rolly.
Oh, Hottie. So that was actually kind of dope.
Everyone, a lot of people didn't like that Hottie. A lot of people thought Hottie should have won. And personally, I don't know if I think he should have won. I think he's too small, too short.
Yeah,
to be,
he's at that. Could
like
be.
when you see him next to Brandon, like, yeah, he's fucking muscular and looks crazy, but like, he's too short, so his waist looks like wider.
Well, that was what was so tough about this. I was specifically about the Open. Was it was like nobody. I wasn't seeing one person that I was like, oh, it's lights out. Like when it's like when Phil, like a few years ago, like when he would walk on stage before his, like things were happening with his stomach or whatever, like that went to shit. But he would like walk out and it was kind of like, okay, well, who's taking second place? You know what I mean? Like that was kind of like,
or like Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like
Ronnie walk out, people are like, okay.
Okay, well, who's here for a second? Because he's gonna fucking sweep everybody, like, because he's just so freaky. But that was what I didn't about Open specifically, was I just wasn't seeing one person that like had it all. I mean, nobody has a perfect physique at the end of the day, but I just wasn't seeing
there wasn't somebody out there that was like dominantly like number one.
Yeah.
And I think like not having Phil, not having Kai, not having Sean or Big Ramy being there.
Why wasn't Big Ramy there?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember hearing why he wasn't there.
I wasn't Phil there.
Phil is like focusing on his company this year.
Oh, okay.
So like he's taking the year off. It'll be interesting to see if he comes back next year, because I could see him coming back next year and being dominant.
Well, Kai threw up that video, right? Like that 2020.
Dude,
what's going on with that?
Kai, I used to be a big fan of Kai, but I'm kind of becoming less of a fan of Kai, because like when Brandon won, Kai tweeted at him and was like, congrats to Brandon, but he tweeted with that a picture from like 2009 when he was like standing next to Brandon on stage.
Yeah.
And he's like twice the size of Brandon on stage.
That was Kai that tweeted that picture, because I heard about that picture.
Kai tweeted a picture, and I'll put it on the fucking video, but like it's literally Kai standing next to Brandon. It's like from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's literally 2 times the size of Brandon. Like, it doesn't even look real. Like,
that's insane.
And so it's like kind of throwing a little bit of shade. Like,
no,
that's like a backhanded.
It's like a backhanded, like, oh, congrats to you, but
where you came from.
If I had competed, it probably wouldn't have gone that way, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you didn't. You're in India filming a movie for like the last.
He's filming a bunch of stuff, and it's cool for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like you need to like make up your mind. Are you officially out of body? Like, there's all this talk, like, oh, you're gonna come back. Like, are you actually gonna come back? Or because like there are a lot of people that are devoting like lots of time to like doing this, and like you're kind of like just dipping your toe in, like, oh, I might come back, might not, you know.
No, it's like just fucking.
I would love to see him. I'd love to see him come back, because
Kai's like one of the best posers.
He's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy overall.
Yeah, very smart.
And yeah, he's super articulate and like really interesting guy. And he has probably one of the craziest. Like he's so muscular.
Oh yeah,
He is.
his back is in all sand.
I was watching.
Very
He
unique.
posted something from his training. He was doing like some Jefferson deadlifts.
His like favorite thing.
Which is like his favorite thing. It's actually funny because I was listening to Mark Bell on Stand Efforting and they were talking about that. And they're like, that's the stupidest fucking exercise.
I've never done those.
They were like, Kai just made these up. And I don't think he actually made them. I think they were just joking about it. But they're like, this is the stupidest fucking exercise.
It's like you see like Julian Smith doing these, or even fucking anybody, like, I don't know, what's Joey Swole doing just these crazy, crazy ass exercises. And it's like, okay, like you don't need to do that to get like biceps. Like, I don't know.
We were talking about that. It's like at a certain point, it becomes like nobody cares about seeing like the basic ass shit, like a squat or like a barbell curl. Like nobody cares. Like at a certain point, like that's not going to get people's attention. You got to do something weird now. And so now it's getting to the point where people do just weird shit just for the sake
for content,
like super strange, odd things that like you don't need to do,
Yeah.
and that aren't necessarily going to make a difference in your physique.
Whack ass fucking.
just fucking just doing what's like I can't even think of a crazy one because I don't even know the names of them of the exercises that they do.
It's just like a close grip bench press. People are like, no, people do that pretty regularly.
No, that's a regular thing.
You're like
Close grip bench press with some bands and my feet up in the air. And I'm doing a splits and
someone's
and
punching
I'm gonna
me
do claps in
nuts.
between.
Of
And
course
you know
they
what?
would.
It develops power.
Yeah.
You're like, you want to look like me? You got to do that. People are like, nope, I look better than you. I don't do it that.
Yeah.
I don't even do any of those in any of that order.
And the thing about it is, you don't do that either. You just did it for the gram today.
No, literally. I think that's a big one too. Like honestly, talking about like, I like where I was
Doing a
gonna
photogram.
just literally like people that look so good, like people that look like super good, not because they're doing that fucking exercise, but then they like sell programs or sell shit to these people that I'm gonna be honest, like genetically are not engineered to look like these people to begin with, but they like get the. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they get them, like, hooked on, like, oh, yeah, like, you can look like me, bro. Like, you can do, like, what I do if you do this program or you do this exercise. Fuck people like that, dude. Like, honestly, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like a hard bullet to catch, but you need to kind of, like, stay in your lane, per se. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean,
you're
like...
never going to look like somebody else.
No, well, that's what I was like. I posted... I made a post on Instagram, like, I don't even know how long ago, but I talked a lot about that. I talked about, like, the fact that, like, people always compare themselves to, like, others and, like, these great people's lives and their physiques to other people's physiques, and they want to be them. It's not that they want to be like them. It's like these people want to look like they want to look like you or like Mooney or like me, which I don't know why anyone would want to look like me, but you know what I mean?
People want to look like you, bro.
And, like, the truth of the matter is you never will ever.
Yeah.
You could do the exact, and me and Mooney have talked about this. You could do the exact fucking workout. Mm-hmm. Me and Mooney have done the exact workout together for months together, training together. Guess what? I've never looked like Mooney. I will never look like him.
Yeah.
We don't have the same insertions.
Yeah.
We don't have the same height. We're not even the same fucking weight.
Yeah.
Like, the's just
we are the same weight now, though, ish.
Yeah, I'm like
Actually, I'm a little heavier than you.
I'm still like 250.
You guys are monsters. I'm like
But yeah,
195.
You're just like,
I'm like flexing really hard.
Yeah, but you're closer to the camera right now, so you're probably looking super juicy right now.
I'm still getting.
I'm
fucking
always the
out-angled.
small one. I always look hella small in these videos.
You always look super short for some reason.
It's because I have short legs.
I don't know if it's because you're slouching.
I have short legs.
I have short legs and a long torso. That's why people are like, wait, you're 6 foot? I'm like, it's in the torso, not the legs.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. Don't fucking question me.
I'm like, I just got fucking measured.
Is there anything worse than when somebody like questions your height?
Oh, I get so
It's really frustrating because for me, it's not like if you think I'm shorter, I'm still in the 6 foot. For me, if you think I'm shorter, that means that I'm in the 5 foot. And I don't fucking want to be in the 5 foot.
Yeah.
I want to
dare
be
you
in the
put me-
6 foot like I am.
I'm right at that spot where I'm I guess without my shoes
What
on,
are
I'm
you?
like 5'9.5".
I was going to say, what are you, 5'10" or so?
I'm like right at like 5'10". Josh and I are like the same height. I think we're like 5'9.5", like 5'10" or whatever. But I'm like right there where I wish that I was like 6 foot, but I'm not gonna fucking lie to some chick. Not gonna lie to some Tinder chick.
You're not gonna put 6 foot in your bio?
6 foot.
You're just like 6 foot aesthetic king.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot, but I squat a lot, so like you know, I might be like 5'10".
Yeah.
They're like 2 inches.
Yeah. No, and that's the funniest thing too is when people actually blatantly lie about that, and then you meet them in person, and you're like, you're not 6 feet tall. Like, yeah, I'm as tall as you, bro. I'm 5'9.5". You're like, you're not.
You're a solid 5'9" right now.
You are a solid 5'9". What are you wearing? You got platforms on, making you 6 foot. What the fuck? I don't know.
I remember when I did the Cascadian in May, I was like getting measured, and I was just like super exhausted, like not like slouching a little bit. And the guy measured me at like 6'1". I was like, well, that's for sure not.
That's
right.
not right.
And then he looked at me. He's like, what do you think how tall do you think you are? I was like, oh, it's not what I think I am. It's the fact that I've never been measured under 6'3" ever.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, well, 6'1".
I was like, you know that. I was like, you know,
I was like, you're just like, I was like, now's not the time, dude. I am dehydrated. I am low carb, and I will fight you.
Yeah.
You're like,
Fucking hey.
you're like, call me 6'1" again, bitch.
That just reminded me of that Cody Co video. Have you seen like the Simi Valley, like the Simi Bros, the Jimmy Tate? You know Jimmy Tate?
Yeah,
show?
Jimmy Tate.
They had like a little thing that they were doing on YouTube series, the Bros of Simi Valley, and there's like a little snippet that they did of Cody Co, who's like one of the guys that was one of the bros in it, and he's getting like checked at the doctor, and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna mark this off here. He's like, do you smoke marijuana? Do you like take any puffs here and there? He's like, oh yeah, dude. No, I definitely burn. Like I for sure burn. He's like, okay, like how often? Like the doctor's asking him this. He's like, how often do you do that? And he's like, oh, just like pretty regularly. Like just like probably like how much do you burn? He's like, I'm just gonna put here that you don't smoke weed. Like on the thing. He's like, no, dude, I fucking burn, bro. Like
You put that down. You write it down. I'm high right now.
You write that down. Yeah, no, bro. I'm definitely 6'3". I'm not 6'1". Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like,
So angry right now. Super low carb.
Dude, the guy I had, the dude that I had do like all my like, we have to do like these tests, like blood tests and like wellness tests and stuff for you for work. And the dude I had, his name was Ron. Coolest, like the best experience I've ever had getting my blood drawn and measured and weighed and stuff. And he like measured me. He's like right at 6 foot, and then he weighed me, and I was like, it was like 253 or something. He's like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that you 250. How about that? And I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, dude.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
can you record my weight every day? Because
I was like, hey, go ahead and measure my biceps, dog, because I got 22 inches unless you say that they're bigger.
he's like 17 and a half, but we're gonna say 24.
I'm like, and then I just tell people, I'm like, yo, it's on the paper, bro.
It's on the
It
I
wouldn't
got
be
it.
there if it wasn't true.
Would Ron lie to me? God damn it.
He says I'm a 24. I'm a 24. God damn
I
it.
got fucking 24-inch jacks.
I
got fucking 20. You're not going to mess with me when I got 24-inch jacks. You
Have
kidding
you
me?
seen the biceps on me? They're fucking huge.
Dude, if I had 24-inch, well, first of all, on my frame, that would look like synthol.
You would look
But-
like Craig Goliath.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That'd be... Dude, that guy is a fuck... I want to see him in person.
He's, to be real, he's a big fucking dude. But
Yeah.
he's not as insane. Like
He's short.
He's an angle player.
He definitely works the
Yeah,
angles, and
yeah,
he
yeah.
definitely works the camera
No.
in the lighting a little bit. But I mean, he's a big fucking dude. Don't get me wrong, but like, he's not as like freakish as you would think.
Is he like tall? Is he like as tall as you?
I think he's a little shorter than me.
Yeah, I'm like 6'2"
I think,
or something.
I think
like
he's maybe 6'1", 6'2".
that. He lives in Vegas, right?
Yeah, I saw him at the Emerald Cup last year. He was hanging out with Gabe, and I went up to him, and I was like, I wasn't like upset, like,
Yeah.
but I was like, oh, you're not as insane. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna listen to this, like, fuck you, dude. But like
No, you're a big guy.
He looks insane. Like he looks
He's like,
insane. He's bigger than most people. Like he looks good,
Yeah.
but he doesn't look abnormal
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Like to me, like Rich looked fucking abnormal.
Yeah.
Like when I was hanging out with Rich, like he looked freakish.
Right.
Craig, I didn't see him in the gym though either, so he didn't have like a pump or anything. So like it's hard to. You can't be like, oh man, he looked like shit.
Did you ever see Rich in the gym pumping? Like,
Oh yeah,
dude, fuck.
dude, Rich. But like the thing about Rich is even without a pump, he looked fucking insane.
He looked
like I'd
pumped.
see him at breakfast and he looked fucking gnarly.
He just had that look that I think he just had to make. Like, he probably just got to a point where he's like, I want to just maintain this all the time. You know what I mean? Like to a point which is like, for how he looked, like so crazy to me.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I don't think people realize how insane he looked. Like especially when I was at the LA Fit with them, it was like right towards the beginning of his Bigger by the Day series. So he was like trying to put on like 30 something
Oh
pounds.
yeah.
I think it was 30 pounds. He was trying to get up big.
He like 310.
He was trying to get over like 310.
Yeah.
And he was massive. And like he's honestly one of the biggest people I've ever seen in person, I think.
And he was like 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
He was like 6 feet tall.
He might have been a little bit taller than 6 foot.
Really?
He was a fairly tall dude.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, you couldn't tell though because he had his hair spiked up a little bit, and you know he had some thick ass shoes. But he's a pretty tall dude.
He's still
he's bigger than most people in the fitness industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is the craziest thing. Like you'll see like these dudes on the, and that's another thing why I hate Instagram, is like people comment on people's things all the time. Like, oh man, that dude's for sure on steroids. It's like, no, he's not. He doesn't look. Like, everyone looks big on Instagram. Everyone looks big in pictures, and everyone looks insanely shredded with, like, perfect lighting. Mm-hmm. You go to these expos, some of these people are fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Like, you don't realize that, like, the average height of probably, like, a fitness influencer is under 6 foot.
Yeah.
Easily.
I would almost
under
go
5'10",
as far as
probably.
saying, like, probably almost shorter than me. It's crazy. Like, almost like I'd say, like, almost 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
Like, it's unreal.
And so it's like, do you think these people look massive, and then you see them in person? It's like, no, they're in shape, and they're muscular and they're lean, which makes them look really good.
Yeah.
And then in pictures, when you're lean and you have good lighting, you'll look fucking massive. And if you're not standing next to somebody that's bigger than you, you're gonna look fucking huge.
Yeah.
And so it's like, stop going on these guys' pictures and it's like, oh, that guy's on steroids. It's always somebody with like no followers and like
fake
super
account.
or well, not even a fake account. It's just somebody that's like just a fucking troll.
Yeah.
Some
It's
lame ass hater.
some lame ass dude that like started working out 5 years ago and hasn't seen any fucking results. And
Doesn't
it's just
get
like
laid.
mad at the world that like he can't look like that.
But don't like hate on other people because they like look a way that you don't. I guess. Like, does that make sense?
see that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some dudes that's where Jon Skywalker like just gets like ripped on all the time, is like the way that he looks and like how he trains. Because there's people that are like, what the fuck? Like, I'm in the gym like 7 days a week, like training like twice a day, and it's like, yeah, bro. Well, you're probably not recovering properly, and you're probably like, you're probably
training too much.
fucking
Honestly.
training too
Probably
much.
not drinking enough afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. That's the mix. That's what I've
Well, there's also something to be said about fucking taking
powder
your
and
time,
vodka.
and it takes time to get to levels. Like, and just because you'll see some of these guys with really good genetics, they're young, especially like that Gymshark, like fucking
all
Alpha Elite, like guys that are like young and they look great, and they also take really good photos, and as people hop on and they're like, oh man, like they look like that, and they're only a couple years older than me, but it's training age, yo.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter how young you are. It's how long have you been training.
Yeah.
How well have you actually been eating? We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
I used to eat like a fucking asshole back in high school. Like I didn't eat efficiently.
Right.
I trained way too much. Like
right.
I got gains, but I didn't look like fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it takes time. I've been training for almost 20 years now.
Well, and that's
Levels to this
There's
shit.
levels to
that's
it,
a
bro.
day and age that we live in now. Is people don't want to hear that. Like, people don't want to hear like, yeah, man, you can look really good. It's gonna take you a few years. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna take some time. People don't want to hear that. Like, people want it like, it's the fucking online like revolution, dude. Like,
Especially,
people want
like-
shit now.
And too
you know?
many people resort to fucking gear way too early in their like. If you want to do gear, fucking cool, whatever. If that's up to you, like you're not hurting anybody else. Like literally, it only affects you. But like, if you're like in your 20s, like there's no reason you should be on gear.
Yeah.
Like literally train through your 20s, eat. Like that's a prime time to put on size and muscle, and like your body will respond. Your metabolism's good. Like if you're training efficiently and eating right, you'll look fucking good. But there's no reason you need to, unless you're trying to go pro.
Totally.
There's no reason. Like
at least for
and
like
even
cycles.
then, like if you're gonna be a pro bodybuilder,
Stacks.
yes, you have to be on some gear. Like there's no way you can turn pro at this point without like.
Not with the freaks
You don't have
out
to be
there,
on an
yeah.
insane amount of gear. Like you have to have good genetics, but like I don't know. I feel like there's so many people. Like there's a couple of fitness guys that I follow that I don't want to say names, but like Brandon Harding.
Yeah.
Like Brandon Harding he's a young guy. I don't know. I think he's like 23.
He's young, bro. I think he's like 21.
Maybe he is 21.
He's like real
and
young.
He's already like posting all these videos about how he's on cycles and stuff. And it's like, dude, you're 21.
But
like, why?
He fucking hopped on shit. I think when he talked about it, I kind of respect the fact that he is like really upfront about it.
Oh,
but
he's
I think
open about it,
he's
but
like really transparent with it. But I think he hopped on some shit. So his story with it was he was prepping for a show. I think when he was like 16 or something like that, or some shit. Like it might have been 18. He was really young, too young. And his coach at the time recommended that he got on shit.
And that's a fucking dick move.
That's a fucking piece of shit is what that is. And so he did it. He was a young kid.
He didn't know any better, and like he just wants you want to be like so and so. You want to look like so and so. It's like, hey, you gotta take the cycle. You'll get there.
Totally.
But your coach, your mentor says, "Hey, do this." You're like, "Fuck yeah, okay."
This will help.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, dude. Like you're 16. Literally, you can eat steak and fucking rice and all this shit and train well, and you'll get fucking jacked.
At that age, when you're eating right and you're training right,
it's
like
almost
you're on fucking gear.
You basically are, because your test levels are so high. Like your hormones are through the roof. You want to fuck everything that moves, and like
still do. I'm 24.
Yeah, right.
22.
So it's high test levels, but yeah, like your test is spiking through the fucking roof. You can do anything. You'll put on fucking muscle. Like there's no, and so. I don't have. I respect his honesty. Like I'm super honest. Like cool, man. Be honest. The problem is now he's like grown so big. Like his social media has grown so big, and he's doing all this shit at like 21. It's like sending a message. Like we're in a day and age where you'll do anything for some fucking clout, right? Like people will do anything for some Instagram, some fucking
Offset for that.
some Instagram, some internet clout. Like everyone wants to be an influencer. Everyone wants to be famous on Instagram and YouTube and make some money and not have to work and fucking travel around to all these expos. And it's like they see a guy like that and he hopped on gear at like 16, 17, and they're like, oh, that's the route that I need to take. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking I think Christian Guzman's like one of the best examples of that. Like, I think he's like people hate that all the time and they think he's not natty. And I mean, I don't know. I think he's probably done maybe like some diuretics and maybe some maybe like clenbuterol
or something.
Yeah, I could see that.
He
but
gets
like
real lean.
But I doubt he's like on like all these like he diets hard and he does a shitload of cardio and he's been dieting and bulking and cutting consistently for the last decade.
Yeah.
Like there's something to be said about where he's gotten his metabolism to. Like
totally.
So it's like, and he's done it the right way. I honestly don't think he's hopped on anything because he's not a gigantic person. I've seen him at Gold's in Venice a couple of years back when we were at the LA Fit Expo, and he's not a massive dude. He's maybe 5'11". He's maybe a little bit taller than you, taller than me, but he's thick. He's a thick. I think he's straight in the middle of his bulk. And it's like, no, that guy does it the right way, and like he's sending a good message to kids. Like, hey, if you diet consistently and pay attention to your training and train efficiently, like it's a process. Like if you look at his transformation, he's probably only put on like maybe 10 pounds of muscle in the last decade. Yeah. And like that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. Like he looks great.
10 pounds of like
he's
muscle.
he's able to get super lean because his body is used to his metabolism has become so efficient.
Right.
But so like when I see like a guy like Brandon Harding that's like hopping on gear before he's even 21, it's like, dude, that's the worst thing possible for these kids.
Totally. And I think his thing with it, and that's probably being like perceived the wrong way, is like he kind of fucked up like when he did it at a young age because he was at the end of the day, your decision's your decision to do it. It was his fault, but he was advised at a young age to do shit. But the message, how people take that in, and like that's what's kind of scary about this day and age is like there are going to be kids that are real young that are going to see that and they're going to be like, well, they don't think the same way. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not, and my issue with him is not even that he's promoting it and like because I know he's not promoting it.
I think he actually says not to.
I know he's not telling people to do steroids, but the fact that he's at where he is and he did steroids at such a young age, kids are stupid. Fucking 17, 18-year-old kids are stupid as fuck, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was a dumbass at 17 and 18, and me too, honestly, if you told me, honestly, if you had come up to me and like been like, hey, dude, if you take this, like it'll get you here, right? My dumbass probably would have done it. I probably would have been like, all right, man. Like if somebody like older than me, like a mentor, had been like, "Hey, you know, this is what you have to do to get there." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
How bound is
Like I wouldn't know any better. Like I'm a dumbass. So like kids are gonna see that and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I need to get on the gear because Brandon got on the gear." And now he has like 250,000 followers on Instagram and has a big YouTube, and he doesn't have a legitimate, like he doesn't have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And he's like living the dream, you know?
Well, what's getting really crazy is that you're seeing these guys that like are being, because I feel like this is right. Like in the last year or 2 years, it's been more frequent that people are coming out that they're saying, oh, that I've fucked with SARMs or I've taken gear or like whatever. That I feel like that's been more common like recently. Yeah. And you have, so it's almost making people who are like fake natties that are like saying, that are like still claiming that they're, whether it's a contract that they have or they just like are too in deep with it. It's like, oh, I've been claiming that I'm natty for like 10 years. So now I just like, I just have to like stay with it. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of making them, I feel like, look dumb in a way because, okay, this guy stack up to this guy, like he's on gear and he just came out about it and you're claiming that you're natural. You know what I mean? Like now I feel like it's kind of like, oh shit. Like it's kind of like putting the spotlight on him in a way where it's like, well, word's out. At the end of the day, if you haven't seen that guy stick a needle in his ass, you don't know if he's taking gear. You don't know. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know what you don't know.
Well, that's
but
you don't know what you don't know.
You know?
That's like,
you know what you don't know.
The only thing I like about Kenny KO is the guys that he calls out that are legitimately claiming natural when they're almost, you're still not 100% sure unless you, like you said, unless you've seen somebody do the steroids because you don't know the genetic makeup of somebody or like the factors that have gone into that. But like unless you're 100% claiming natural, like then I have an issue with it. But other than that, like if you're just going up to somebody and saying, "Hey, you're on steroids," like why aren't you like he was talking to somebody on that last video. I checked it out after you said something, and he was talking to some guy. And he's like, dude, I'm on steroid, or I've done stuff. Kenny said that. He's like, I've done stuff. Like I tell people I'm on stuff. It's like, okay, but like, if that guy doesn't want to talk about it, like, and he's not claiming natural, but he just doesn't want to talk about it, just leave it alone.
That's fine.
Because yes, it's more socially acceptable nowadays for people to be like, hey, I'm on steroids. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not going to, like, yes, it's still fucking illegal. Yeah. So first off, you're asking the guy basically to admit to a crime on your channel, which is stupid. But secondly, I didn't even think about that actually. But secondly, you're basically like arrest me. But also, he's not claiming natural. Like, it is not socially acceptable. It's like, yes, it's a little bit more socially acceptable now to be like, hey, I'm on steroids, but it's not socially acceptable. Yeah. Like if you go on Instagram right now and you're like, hey, I'm on steroids or whatever that is, you know, people are going to fucking destroy you. Like, and people are going to like discredit you and all this stuff. It's going to ruin a lot of your reputation. Yes, some of the fitness community will be okay with it, but the general population will not be okay with it.
Right.
You know what I hate?
Because there's such a stigma around it still.
They don't understand it.
You know what I hate? I hate having conversations with people who aren't in the fitness industry, who have no idea like what this world's about and what it takes to get to like a top level to become a top level athlete, whether that be bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, whatever. I hate having conversations with those people about steroids because as soon as it gets brought up, that's exactly what they do. They go, well, that person's only like that because of steroids. Why do you even take steroids? That's cheating. What? It's like, no, and no.
Your fucking penis is going to shrink.
I'm just like, dude, you don't even have any fucking idea.
Well, people think
what the fuck you're talking about.
No, literally, the best way. So what I've from my standpoint of things and like how when I've talked to people about it, like many times that are not into lifting specifically, and they just hear steroids and they think bodybuilding, which steroids are just synthetically putting fucking hormones into your body. Like you guys obviously know that. Like birth control is a steroid. You know what I mean? Like but people immediately go to bodybuilding because that's what has such a bad rep. But if you just explain to people, no, like for longevity purposes of my bodybuilding career and training, I want to get my testosterone levels to a point that they were at a younger age so I can continue to make the progress that I was making at that age. Then they kind of understand for like the recovery standpoint. But all people think about is like,
it just puts muscle on.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, and you're gonna get
kill
acne,
people.
you're gonna go bald, you're gonna get angry,
Small
like
pain.
Well,
Yeah.
if you look at it this way, nobody calls out, like Larry Wheels doesn't talk about steroids on a regular basis.
right.
Hafthor Bjornsson, fucking the Mountain, doesn't talk about doing steroids on a regular. Eddie Hall, all these fucking massive, fucking strong, fucking dudes.
Yeah.
Like they don't talk about it, but like nobody's like ripping them apart, right? Like it's always like it's
Saying,
like
oh,
it's
he's
like
only
it's like this
deadlifting 1,000.
mid-level like
Yeah.
fitness influencer. Like if you're at this like one level, like you're like a super target. But like I don't
Right.
see Kenny KO going out of his way to call out Thor. Like, hey, what cycle are you running? Because it doesn't like.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. Like you could take everything that Thor's given you or taking. You could take the same cycle as him. You're never gonna be fucking the fucking Mountain. Like,
Yeah.
you're never
Like,
gonna be.
Your nickname will never be the Mountain.
Yeah, you might be the like the hill,
Yeah. The small hill.
the little peak,
Speed bump.
All right.
but it's like
I wish
don't
I had
know.
my sunglasses so bad right now.
That pisses me off how you're wearing them.
God. But no,
We're
and
inside, dude.
that's like probably just like I don't know how he's like thinking about it. Like if he doesn't, maybe there's probably some people that he's probably tried to go up to and he probably just didn't record it because maybe it didn't go really well. The really interesting one, actually the super juicy one, is when he goes up to Simune Panda and talk. That is actually such an interesting one. Like he is so like, dude, that dude in person, he looks so fucking good. Like he really does. Like honestly,
Simune?
like dude, Simune has like probably like one of the dopest backs like I've ever seen, like to be honest. Like,
And also another guy that's not as fucking gigantic in person as you would think. Like everyone's like, oh man, he's a big dude, but he's not outrageous.
Yeah.
Like it's not outside of the realm of possibility that he could be natural.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's one.
But
it's
like,
crazy.
you don't know. Nobody knows.
Even Brandon Harding. When Brandon Harding did his video, did you guys watch the video of him calling out fake natties?
No.
So he doesn't necessarily just pick people that he thinks are fake natties. He basically just picks a bunch of people that I think people like sent to him or he wanted to like talk about. And Simune Panda was in there, and he actually said, he's like, no, I think he said, I think Simune Panda is natural, and that is like the fifth person who does gear and is like very transparent about things who I've heard say that about Simune Panda, and it's kind of that one kind of fucks with me a little bit. Like I don't know, but I mean,
it goes back to who cares?
Exactly.
Like
that's the thing.
Yes, he's selling programs. Yes, he does claim natural,
He drives a McLaren.
but he's
so dope.
He's a
he's pretty dope,
he's a good fucking dude. He's
Yeah.
one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Yeah, he is really nice.
His training programs are good. Like he's not just selling bullshit. Like
No.
they're still helping people. Like you don't have to be on gear to fucking see the results like on his programs. So I don't know.
He busts his ass.
It's one of those
honestly.
things. It's like you're only calling him out because you're trying to get internet clout, and that's
Yeah.
I think my biggest issue.
The thumbnail, right?
Thumbnail.
Like honestly, the thumbnail. Oh, Simune Panda. It's like Simune Panda's not in your fucking video. You're just talking shit about him. You know what I'm saying?
Too many people nowadays just trying to get fucking famous off of stupid shit. Like,
Yeah.
what value are you bringing besides just stirring up drama? Like, and I think that was my biggest issue with Kenny KO just in general. It's like
That's
fucking-
his thing is
the
drama.
end of that video that you had me watch.
Yeah.
He's basically like buddy with fucking Brad Castleberry. He's like, yeah, I was just like, he's trying to be like Brad's fucking friend. I don't know if he's
I don't
just
know,
trolling.
like,
I don't know
what
if he's
his
trolling
demeanor
Brad Castleberry, but he's like trying to be his friend. He's like, yeah, I was making all those videos to basically get clout. That's basically, he was just trying to grow because he knew people would watch it. And he's like all buddy with fucking. Well, if you watch the end of that video,
I missed that part. I think I missed like how he was in that video.
He's like, yeah, like Brad's like, yeah, no, we're cool, man. Like, don't worry about.
Oh no! I know what you're talking about. Yeah, at the end of the Olympia call out one, because did you watch the part when he was like going up to? Was that like right after he fucking he talked to? Did you see the Blackstone part where he's like with them now?
Yeah,
dude. So that, you know what, you're right. It's almost like his whole thing with it was like, oh, I want these people like in my video, and I kind of want to like stir shit up just to get that exposure. Yeah. And he's sponsored by them now. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Because my whole thing with Brad Castleberry and him was like, I thought that they actually like really didn't like each other from like the videos that I saw, and I don't know what.
It came off as like a giant troll on the community. Like, he's calling out Brad Castleberry just so people will view his videos and his channel will grow and he'll get exposure. And it's like, what? You're not providing any real value, dude. Like, you're just making videos on other fucking people.
That pisses me off because that seems like it was kind of staged. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like a staged thing. Not really, but just like.
And he's I don't know.
Like Kenny KO, yeah, he's like his thing at the end of the day is I don't think he like directly says it, but it's like he's fitness drama. You know what I mean? It's like he reports like the fitness drama, like, and that's what he's had that whole series with. You know, where he had like fucking homeboy Giordani on his channel, and that whole when all that shit was going on with like Jeremy and those guys, like, you know what I mean? He was like documenting that whole thing, like,
and that was legit because Jeremy was legitimately doing things that are not right.
Right. Yeah.
Like, nobody fucking cares about steroids, but Jeremy was physically attacking
That's
women.
true.
Like,
yeah,
you know
totally.
what I mean? Like, so yes, call that piece of shit out, but who cares?
Yeah.
People put too much stock in the fucking Instagram. Like, it's social fucking media. It's not real life.
It's almost like to a point where it's like I don't know how much he fucking cares, but it's like he knows that his like followers do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing is like nobody cares. People care about drama.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing with like Facebook nowadays, and what Facebook was getting in trouble with like tailoring certain like articles to people because they know that people will react negatively to it. Like all that fake news and like, have you ever noticed that? Like you like I used to see like cool, like funny videos all the time on there, and now I see articles that just like fake articles and like not reputable websites and articles from not reputable websites, and it's just shit that's like angers me. Like, that's why I don't go on Facebook anymore, because it's literally just a bunch of fake news and shit that's like meant
memes.
to besides your memes, literally it's like stupid status update from somebody, and then it's fake news article that has like a huge debate on it. It's like, it's stuff that's meant to stir the pot, and like gets favored in the algorithm, and it's simply because drama creates clicks and people want to see that shit.
Dude, it's 2019. Somebody's going to get pissed about something. Somebody's not going to agree with something that somebody does. So that's why I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally like, your morals are like your morals, and like whatever. Like, I just like, I go on, I'm literally not going to get like in a political debate on Facebook with somebody for like 2 hours because I'm like, dude, your views are different than mine. Whatever. Like, we don't need to fuck with each other.
It's not that serious. It's social media.
Yeah, literally.
If we're in person and we're talking, like, that's different.
Yeah.
But this is
because then I can fucking punch you.
Straight up.
Because then I can be like, you're an idiot, and I can walk out.
Then their demeanor will totally change because they're not a keyboard warrior. Then they're like, oh, this motherfucker like is going to do some shit.
But it's...
I wouldn't argue with either one of you guys in person.
People putting too much stock.
I wouldn't want to argue with me either.
I'll argue with you right now, dude.
I don't even know if we ever argue.
We don't.
I'm just trying to hit that.
You know why?
Flex real quick.
Because it's not that serious.
Yeah, we don't.
Like, none of that shit is that serious. Yeah. Like, yes, politics is important, all this shit, but none of it is that fucking serious.
I just don't really care about anything, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's like you do care about it. Like, honestly, you do care about it deep down. But the thing, no, I mean, maybe. I guarantee you, like, because some of the shit does affect you on a macro level, right? Yeah. But like on a day-to-day basis, you don't care because it doesn't affect your day-to-day, right?
Right.
Which is totally normal. But like, people let shit on social media affect their day-to-day. It's like, if I'm not interacting with you on a day-to-day basis in person, like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like,
yeah, straight up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like, no offense, but I don't give a fuck what you say, because you don't interact and affect my day-to-day.
Yeah.
You affect maybe my Instagram or my Twitter, which is a whole different story. Like, the last like 2 weeks on Twitter, I've just been fucking getting into arguments with people left and right, and I realize how unhealthy that is. But I fall into the trap. Like, I don't know.
It is a trap. No,
it's a trap.
It is.
I haven't been on Twitter.
Getting fucking sucked into.
Yeah, right. I never see you tweet anymore, and I tag you in tweets all the time. And I'm like, no, Jeremy's not retweeting that. Cool.
I literally don't. I literally, my Twitter notifications haven't.
Yeah, sick. I tag you in podcast tweets all the time.
I get them.
I know, but you don't retweet them.
Well, I mean, because I don't go on Twitter.
I know, but you don't retweet them. So the point of me tagging you is so that you'll retweet them, so people will actually look at them.
Do people? Is Twitter still like super dope? Like, do people
Twitter's
still
better
fuck
than
with Twitter?
Twitter's better than Instagram. Honestly.
Okay, honestly, maybe I should get back into Twitter.
Instagram kind of bores me at the moment, but I'm more into the YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube lately. Like, I've actually been wanting to just like real simple, just kind of start like doing like day in the life vlogs and just like recording my workouts and just doing like little edits, like just like little like quick.
Nothing too deep, huh?
Nothing too. I don't know. Like my whole thing is, and the reason why I've been so stagnant with it, and I don't want to just like talk about it. I actually want to do it, but what's holding me back from doing it is I think like somebody should have like there's like 50,000 like dudes that are like 5'9" and like jacked and like, you know what I mean? And like
You are every
like,
Gymshark dude.
No,
ever.
literally. So I'm like, okay, but what do these guys have that I don't have? Or what do I, no, that's not the question to ask. What do I fucking have that would make people watch me? Well, I feel like I'm pretty funny. Like for them, like I feel like at least I think that I am. Like
And at the end of the day, that's all that fucking matters.
no, yeah, like be funny and like obviously don't want to be like stupid and like I don't know, do some shit that's gonna like fucking kill me or like whatever on camera. But I mean, like I feel like I'm pretty
You're a
like
Starboy, dude.
just
That's
the
your thing.
Motherfucking star.
just the motherfucking star.
You're more of a Starboy than Starboy. Which
Uh,
Yes.
are we saying?
I want to meet him in person.
I'm just
and
saying.
see how he is.
I'm just saying. Between you and the Weeknd, I like you more.
I like you more than the Weeknd.
Oh.
And that's actually a big thing to say because I really like the Weeknd.
You're like, I'm a really big Weeknd.
I like the Weeknd, but I don't know the Weeknd. You know, I know you.
Oh, we're in the Weeknd right now. You know.
Shit, it is Saturday, baby.
Oh.
Is it Saturday? I don't even know what fucking
It
day
is
it was.
Saturday.
I just wake up and just do my thing.
I'm pretty
hungry.
hungover right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Wes was gonna show up drunk today.
I was.
I've done that.
I was gonna try to do. I was actually gonna try to do like a.
I've
Would that be
shown up
fun?
hungover.
Oh no!
Like a
what?
drunken
He was gonna show up
podcast?
drunk.
Should we do a drunk podcast?
If I was in town, I was thinking we should have done like a live podcast where we watched the Olympia while we drank.
That would have been so sick.
And like, I don't know. You know how Joe Rogan does like the fight companions? I thought it would be funny if we did one for the
That'd be cool, yeah.
Mr. Olympia.
What does he do?
He like does like a fight companion with like 3 other dudes, and they drink and like eat food, and they watch the fights, and they basically bullshit and talk.
That'd be
about it.
sick.
That would be. We should do something like
All
that.
3 of us.
Let's make it happen.
The only thing I'm trying to make happen is food going to my mouth.
I'm pretty
You
hungry.
getting hungry?
Fuck, I'm starving.
We should. We've been talking for quite a bit.
Has it
2
been a
hours?
minute? What are we at? Are we at like?
Last thing before
Yes.
we go, we should talk about I want to talk about the classic physique, Mr. Olympia.
Yes.
C-Bum getting the win, Chris Bumstead,
C-Bum.
Yeah.
and there's a lot of controversy about that.
There is a lot of controversy on that. What do you guys think about that?
Well, like everyone thinks that Brion should have won. Some people are a little upset that maybe George should have won. George, what's his face?
Yeah, I forget his last name.
But
I'll look it up.
I'm stoked.
C-Bum
for Chris
won.
Bumstead. Yeah,
C-Bum won.
I'm happy.
And I think I was listening to Greg Doucette. He was talking about that, and he made a good point. He's like, yes, Brion may look better, and that George dude would have looked better, but they're not classic. Like they're trying to create that classic look, and so they're picking somebody that he may not be the most muscular or the driest person up there, but he has the most classic look, and that's what they're going for. It's like it's about time, honestly. Like Brion, he looks classic a couple years. I think he's getting too big and he's too muscular, and he's almost getting away from the classic look a little bit, you know.
See, this is why we need interns, so that way they can throw up a picture of Chris.
We'll throw it up. I'll throw it up.
I was literally trying to find out that freaking dude's
It's
name.
George something. but
George whatever.
Honestly,
but no, yeah,
if
he has.
St. Pierre.
Literally, in the way that I like how he leaves that stash. You know what I mean? How he leaves the stash. It like actually kind of does something to him. You know what I mean?
You're talking
Like,
about Bumstead?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, C-Bum. Freaking, he like how he leaves the stash and he does, man. Like his presence, like when he's on stage, like that's a big part of it. You know what I mean? The way that you obviously the posing, the way that you present yourself, and the way that you open up your physique,
Stage presence.
your
is
stage
huge,
presence,
man.
and it fucking dude. Like when I watched him like come out on stage, I was like, this is the best I've seen like of him. Like for sure, I was stoked that he won. Chris Bumstead's probably one of the few that I actually have been following pretty regularly, and I've watched a couple of. I like Brion too. Like I've watched a few of his videos, but as from this is where like politics could kind of come into play a little bit. I think from like an ambassador standpoint, Chris I see kind of representing the sport.
Chris is a little bit better marketability wise.
Yes.
Because he's a tall dude.
Yeah.
He's got good shape to his physique. Brion does too. Brion looks amazing. But then factoring in personality wise, Bumstead is a lot like, I don't know. I've watched a few of Breon's videos and nothing against him, but he's kind of boring to me.
Very.
So like I'm like C-Bum is a little bit better marketing wise.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
That's really important when you're
And people
representing
don't,
such a big sport.
and people are gonna say, "Oh, that shouldn't factor in. It's a bodybuilding."
does,
But
though, you know?
it does
does,
because
dude.
you want your champion to be marketable.
Yeah.
So if you
And
had,
if
you know.
Breon had a better stage presence, better personality,
Yeah.
That's part of
he
embodying the
would
sport.
he would probably be a much better ambassador.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're going at the end of the day, they're going for a specific look, and Bumstead fits that classic look much better.
Yeah. No, he does. He really he fucking rocks it. He looks really good.
So I'm not upset with it. Like it could have gone honestly either way, but if it came down to straight looks, I think that George dude would have won.
I feel like a lot of
If
people.
it was actually like a bodybuilding contest, George would have won.
I would like we were talking about earlier. I think it'd be really interesting to see that dude go to like 212 maybe.
Yeah, George should go up.
He'd
Be interesting.
It would be because what do they come in weighing at classic wise? Do you rough? I mean, it's obviously different. Like
I
Chris,
don't know.
like do you?
I don't know how tall he is, but I'm sure he has to cut some muscle to get there.
Yeah.
Or I'm sure I'm sure it's maybe difficult for him to stay under.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see. There's always going to be controversy though. Like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
never going to be somebody that's like. I'm sure there was controversy when Arnold won back in the day. Like, I'm sure there was somebody that was like, dude, Arnold shouldn't have won. It's like,
7 times.
even though he's like arguably the greatest bodybuilder,
Well, there's controversy even when Ronnie Coleman won, like his 7th win,
or Phil. Like, there's
7th and like
controversy.
8th win. They're like,
You're never going to please everybody.
Yeah.
But
and you should,
And you
just
should
stop
never try
trying
to please everybody.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
did you guys just become best friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we're good friends.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but you guys, it's time to eat.
I'm starving.
So
some
we
food.
need to end this here. Wes, you want to drop your social media? Let
Yeah.
people know.
So yeah, guys, I'm mostly on Instagram. Honestly, just it's Wes Hamble, just WESHAMBLE. But my name is Wesley Hambleton, and I kind of have a profile. Like my page is like it's mostly fitness, but it's like a lifestyle page too. But I'm pretty real.
It's fuckboy fitness.
It's fuckboy fitness. That's the best way. That was fucking good.
There's your.
That is exactly what James just said. That's
He's
pretty
like,
much
so
what it
actually, scratch the Wes Hamble.
It's now fuckboy fitness.
is. Fuckboy fitness.
You could make clothing out of that.
I really hope that nobody has that.
You better steal that shit right now because we just all talked about it in front of our iPhones.
Train hard, drink harder.
Fuck
hardest.
Fuck
hardest.
hard. Oh my gosh, ideas. I would rep that shit. I feel like.
I'm wearing it now.
Would you guys wear a shirt? If I guys threw you a shirt, I'd throw them for free. Obviously,
Yeah, obviously.
I'd make you guys pay $25. No, I'd throw you guys.
You gotta pay
Dude,
50
what if I
actually.
use JNU10?
Why? Yeah,
You're like, it's actually 10% more when you use it.
It adds on to it.
what the fuck? It added $20 to my shipping for some reason.
Why is shipping $1,000?
Oh, guys, sorry. I don't know what happened. And the algorithm's fucked. Something. I got my network guy working on it, the tech guy.
All right, guys. So check out Wes. Check out Not for the Week PC on Twitter and Instagram. And stay tuned for some more fire episodes.
Follow me and Mooney at James Mooney GC on Instagram and Twitter, and me at Jeremy New GC on Instagram and Twitter. And
Yeah. And comment and tag us on some fucking people that you guys want to see on the podcast. I know we talked about the Callum thing, but I was late uploading the episode, so we all missed the time to go spam his page. But let's do that sometime in the future.
Thanks for having me on here, you guys. Actually, I like to do this. Is my first podcast, so
I think maybe we'll get Wes on a little bit more because this was actually fun.
I'm sorry I was a little hungover today, you guys, and couldn't really focus up.
dude, I've been pretty hungover on here.
Jay's been near death.
Literally, there was a time when I was so hungover and I was like this. I was like,
He had to hold on to the table because it was.
yeah, I was like this. I was like, he's
Freaking
like,
A. I want to do that.
Mooney's like, it's your boy James or whatever, and I'm like,
It
it's,
it was physically hurting me to
It's
look at
Jay.
Jay. That's how hungover he was. Like I was getting hungover by hanging out next
Oh
to
my
him.
god, he's just like oozing vodka out of his
I
face.
was like, it's Ciroc, dude.
Oh,
I was just
yeah.
like, hey guys,
It's Jay. Jeremy, sweet and sour sauce. Sweet and sour sauce on my pussy. Dane Cook. If anybody
Shout out to
that
old Dane Cook right there.
Oh my god.
Oh god. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, you're a fucking OG.
Yeah,
This is our longest episode we've ever had.
Actually, I don't know. Alex talked for 2.5 hours that one time.
What are we
Back
at
to
right
back.
now? What are we
We're at
clocking?
190 or 130. 130.
Flark.
So anyway,
Fark and shark.
we talked for a while, but I need to go fucking eat and then go crush some legs. So
Hell yeah, you guys.
thanks for listening. Stay savage, my friends.
S, scat, and tat.